Heidi Ho Stampers. Today I'm going to show you a very neat fold for a card. Here's two that I have done so far. Let's begin. This is the card that we're going to do. It's another Halloween card, and I did do my envelope because this does fit into a regular size envelope, and you need the regular size envelope because of the height of the card. Okay? So let's begin. The first thing that you need to do is you need to take an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock, and we need to score it. We're going to score at 2 3/4 and 4 1/4. That's a regular sized fold card with an extra score at 2 3/4. We're going to turn it 90 degrees and we're going to score it at 2 3/4. And that's all we have to do for our scoring tool. Now what I need to do is, because our diagonal plate does not make this fold or this angle, I have to do a score with an actual ruler. Okay, so right now what I have is the 4 1/4 inch side, and we have the 2 3/4 inch with this piece in the middle, and this is where we're going to do our diagonal. Now it's very, very important that this arrow that we're going to make, this diagonal, is going to be pointing toward the 4 1/4 inch side. If you do it the other way, your fold is not going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from point to point with our stylus and a ruler and just score, lift it up, and then just score this way. Here we go. Okay, from point to the outside. Okay, so now what's happening is this arrow is pointing to the 4 1/4 inch mark. Okay, so now what we need to do is to get our bone folder, and we want to start folding. So we're going to take and we're going to fold over and use our bone folder, because with this one you really do need really crisp folds. Okay, then we're going to take the 2 3/4 and bring it to the middle and lift it up, and we're going to bring the 4 1/4, flip it to the middle, and then lift it up. And then what we need to do is we need to make these mountains. These are going to be our diagonals. We're going to flip it over and just very carefully, I don't know if you can see this, very carefully you're going to take and you're going to make your mountain there, and then you're going to take and flip it over and you're going to make your mountain right here. Okay, so when you're done, okay, you see how your arrow is pointing towards the larger side? That's the 4 1/4 inch side. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to fold it. So what I like to do is just take and fold it up into your Z, and then pop up your, this has to be your little mountain, okay, right here. And then that's going to be your mountain, and that's going to be your mountain. So these two have to fold in like this. So what I like to do is pretend this is the house and this is the garage coming towards it. Okay, here we go. You're just going to take and you're going to push it forward. Let me show you again. You're going to take this, you're going to pop it up, and if you have some nice crisp folds because of your bone folder, it's going to pop right into where you need to go. Then you're going to fold this one down in the front and this one down in the back, and that gives you your nice little fold. And this is, I don't even know what this card is called. So I'll make up a name and then I'll tell you what it is. But right now we don't know what it's called. Okay, so here is, that's the base of our card. Now we have to stamp our little greetings. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to take our 2 5/8 inch piece of cardstock, and you don't want to stamp it square, you want to stamp it at an angle, because if you stamp it the other way, your image is going to be crooked. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to do a diamond shape 2 5/8 by 2 5 inch piece. This is a white piece of cardstock. Okay, and then what I did was, because my cat is just really big, what I did was I used my what is this thing called? It's a Stamp-A-Majig. Okay, so what I did was I used him and I tried to get his butt and everything onto the paper as best that I could. Okay, to use your Stamp-A-Majig, let me just tell you, I again use my little happy faces because this is the right side, and the smooth side is the wrong side. And if you place it on a table somewhere, you can never see this. So with the little happy face, you can kind of see it a little bit better. Then what you do, what I did was I stamped it with my Stays On ink. Now let me just show you a little tip with Stays On ink. This is my Stays On ink pad, and you know how we have these little plastic plates that have to come on and off, okay? But to me, it's a pain in the butt. So what I like to do is I like to put that on there. Using my Crystal Effects, I take and I put that in the cover of my my stamps, in the cover of my Stays On ink, and then I put the cover on, okay? And then from then on, you never have to take and touch that plastic plate. The plastic plate always comes off, but it goes back on where it needs to go. You have to keep that plastic plate, okay? So that's just a tip for the day. And we're going to take and we're going to stamp this with Stays On. So I lined up my little cat, okay? And we're going to take and put our Stamp-A-Majig on here. Okay, that's going to hold the corner of that. I'm going to ink up my little stamp here with the Stays On ink, and then slide it right down in the corner, and hopefully it is where it should be. Very good. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is to cut. I did this with my Big Shot, and I used the Scallop Squares Duo die, and I always write on my dies. I write on everything, and I used the 3-inch one because we had a 2 5/8 inch square, so I used the 3-inch one, and I cut out one of those. Okay, so then I'm going to take this and I'm going to mount it onto my scallop square. Okay, and now that I have this, I'm going to take and fold this over and glue that onto my little guy there. I'm going to take my saying, which is from the stamp set I used yesterday, Wicked Cool, and I'm going to stamp my little saying. And the next thing that I need to do to top it all off is to make my little fork bow. Someone asked yesterday if I would show them how to do a fork bow. 5 inches. This one's about a 9-inch piece, just to show you. You're going to lay the fork. You're going to lay the ribbon over the fork. You want to take and leave the bottom layer just a little bit longer. You're going to hold it with your left hand, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the back piece and you're going to go over the ribbon. If you go under the ribbon, you're not going to have this piece locked in. So here, I want you to sing my song with me, okay? It's over the ribbon and through the middle bottom and up through the top we go. And that's all there is to it. And if you can sing that in front of a gazillion people that are going to see you on the internet, you're really doing good. Okay, so with this one right here, now what you're going to do is you're going to take the bottom piece, you're going to go over the top piece, okay? And you're going to pull it to the right-hand side. If you are left-handed, it is so easy. I am not left-handed, but my mother is, and I showed her how to do this, and it worked out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to put this on here like this. We're going to pop it over here. We're going to sing over the ribbon and through the middle bottom. That's what it must have been. I was singing and I wasn't paying attention. You want to make sure everything is nice and flat, okay? And then we're going to go up through the top. Okay, if you want to check it before you're done just to make sure your bow is going to be pretty, you can do by turning it around. You're going to take the bottom piece, go over the top, and pull to the right. And then when you pull, you want to pull side to side. Okay, let's see, and then you check it. And then when you pop it off, here's this amazing little bow. Now you can make different sizes. Okay, and I'm going to attach it to just with snail. I'm going to take a little bit of snail right there, put it on there like that. And the beauty of a fork bow is you can make them as little as you want, but you can also make them as big as you want. You can use a hair pick. Remember from the 70s, the hair picks? You can use those. Just make sure that you go over an even number of tongs and that you have an odd number of slots, okay? Okay, so that's how you do your fork bow. That is my post for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.